I'm not quite sure how to word this. So I decided to just, it's like sometimes I want to ask why, I want to ask what am I supposed to do, but sometimes I know what I'm supposed to do, but then yet maybe I'm not willing to do it or I don't want to do it. So I thought I would just kind of word it like this, like I wonder, and I'll say it all, and then whatever gets addressed, then that's what I'm supposed to have. Like I wonder about my attachment to the feeling of lack and the lack of support, and I wonder about me wanting to isolate. I wonder about the heaviness I feel about being here or doing things. Sometimes it feels like ugh, I just don't want to deal with life. You know, I don't want to go, you know, paying the bills are not fun, or so I wonder about the heaviness that I feel, and then why I don't dance more or give my gift of dance, or so now I don't need to know why. It's like but anyway, so I wonder about all those things, and maybe I'll find an answer or an inspiration that will move me forward, or I'll drop something that's not needed, and I'll live in a higher state, or so.
And we love how you are dancing. You're dancing very well around the concepts, and we appreciate that you are so willing to see that there could be a positive possibility in the understanding of it. And so yes, you have many questions. Why is it so slow for you to evolve and change and let go of your past? And yet we would remind you, it is not slow at all on your plane. You are very rapid in your changes. And we often remind those of you who are at this edge of consciousness, pushing, seeking, all the time wanting more ease, more inspiration, more dance, more joy, more beauty. All of you who want so much for your heart to expand and to follow it. This is a new thing. This is not what was in existence just one generation ago. This is not in existence for most of the beings on your planet at this time and place that you will find yourself in dimensionally. That you have changed so much from where you began. If you would focus on that and with delight, see how much you have evolved, see how much you have learned, see how much you have let go of, see how much you have questioned and explored and experienced and allowed, and look at that and look at it some more and look at it again and speak of that and make that your new habit, that you amaze yourself at how much you have moved forward in possibility and expanded outward in thought, in perception, in possibility in one lifetime, in one form. And really consider how change has happened on your planet previously. And you will be amazed. And when you are amazed at all that you are getting right, and all that you are asking, and all that you are co-creating consciously, then you will simply get more of that. And yet, you are habitual beings on a habitual plane. Your plane could not be stable in existence, and for many of you playing at much higher levels, it is not quite as stable as it used to be, you are finding. For you to be in existence with all the realities and all the possibilities and all the different choices that you have, it must be a habitual plane. And so your mind, your body, your subconscious mind with its memories, your perceptions, your beliefs, your attachments, that which you inherited, that which you are influenced with, through the past, through the culture of the time, through your own unique astrology, through your own unique personality traits, through the way you've told your story often, the way you are perceiving your experience. All these things will keep you in the habit of that which you have known. It will always be easier for you to revert to that which you have known. And this is why we tell you, when you come into a new chapter, at any stage of life, most especially the chapter of retirement, be sure you are most proactive with your thought. Be sure that you are painting the picture you want and create the words to speak that which you desire, or you will, in human form, Consistently default to the story you have most told yourself, even if it is not words, even if it is the habit of feeling of being limited. And of course you feel the habit of limitation. Of course you feel that. You are getting nothing wrong. You're a magnificent being. You're courageous and you're strong and you are so much closer to that which you desire. And yet this habit is a part of how everything is created. And you're already finding that the disruption of habit, the creation of choice, is very disorienting for many people. Now there is so much choice. You have many teachers telling you everything. You can take one piece of food and be told it is good for you, bad for you, not good for you. Yes, it's perfect for you. Yes, it'll make you younger. No, it'll kill you. All in the same day. You can find all of this information. And so it is most important that you choose that which you want to attach your mind to. And then have habit work for you. What are you speaking? What are you thinking? What are you feeling most often? And it is difficult. We see that it is difficult. We do not see the way that you see. We see vibrationally. When you are separating from the habit of expectation, the habit of thought, the habit of emotion, the habit of a feeling place that is comfortable to you, even when it becomes uncomfortable to you, for you to pull away from it, it much would be in your existence that which you see somebody coming out of quicksand. Not that you would sink and drown in it, although that could be a lifetime. It would be that you would have to put in a tremendous amount of effort, a tremendous amount of mental effort, a tremendous amount of speaking, not that which is in existence, but that which you would prefer. Telling yourself that you are creating this new habit, working for it with your heart and your mind and your emotion, visualizing it, speaking it, and hearing the vibration that you speak in. And how will you know if you are aligning to that which you like? Whoever you speak to, you will see their face respond with delight and happiness, and it will reflect to you the inspiration of that which you desire. And if they look at you and moan with you and feel sorry for you, you are not quite there yet, and you will only keep getting that which you desire. And so we would invite you to the exercise of, you did a beautiful job of describing that which you would like to let go of, that which is no longer the comfort zone that it once was. And so you have done a marvelous job of becoming conscious of that which was the existence that you came in to explore. And not only did you come in to explore it, you came in to expand it. You came in to stretch it and push it and manipulate it and change it in unique ways that would only fit your unique personality. And so we say, yes, write it down, describe it well, and then write the opposite. Go as far as you can go describing the opposite of being attached to this limitation. What is the opposite of feeling exhausted, of not wanting to do things? What is the opposite? And how much have you studied that? And how much have you spoken of that? And how much can you remember when you felt that way? And change the story, not just the story that you speak, but the story that you tell yourself. Play your memories back and look for where you were successful. Look for where you were inspired. Look for where you did show up, and nourish your body with that. And at the same time, we would like to speak to you. And we would like to remind you that these physical containers that you are in, these vehicles of consciousness, these forms that are evolving at a naturally slower rate than your mind and your heart, than your field, than your possibility, than your imagination. Be kind. Know that there is much rest involved. Know that there are lag times. We believe this is a term you are familiar with. There are lag times for the physical body to catch up in chemistry and biology. And it is important that you honor the system that you are in, that you update it. We often teach that there are many bodies, and you will find that you will rapidly grow in one arena. You may think and research and learn and intellectually get to a certain level. And then it is very important that you also bring your emotional body up to speed. And then it is very important that you also bring your physical body up to speed. And then it is very important that you also bring your spiritual body up to speed. And be sure that energetically you're supporting your body. And we do teach now and recommend that you include the egoic body, which is designed to keep you in separate form. It is designed to keep you in the uniqueness of you. It is not to trap you, it is not to punish you, and it is not to be killed off, although that was the teaching at one time. It is now for you to utilize it to weigh, measure, and compare. Compare and compare and compare. Compare that which you like. Compare that which you got right to some degree, and how much more can you get it right. And the thing that we would like to point out is that you have a tendency to immediately see that which is lacking. See that which you are getting right, even if it is one moment, even if it is one thought, even if it is one memory that you did what you wanted to do and it felt good. Spend more time building from there. Jump into that frequency, jump into that vibration, jump into the memory and the feeling place and the idea and the being that you were in that frequency, and from there expand out. Do not try to come from the limit. Do not try to come from the lack. Do not try to come from the discomfort and jump into a positive, forward-moving thought from there. It will never work for you well. It will always pop you back like a rubber band stretching, and you will always bounce back. So take a moment and think, what do I like? What have I had a good experience in? And from that feeling place, pick the thought of what you would like to expand into next. And then find the words. And then begin to claim it where more than one person can hear. And speak it. And we say, yes, we hear often that people feel out of alignment, but it is not real. And the fake it till you make it. And we say, you do it all the time. Why would you not do it for what you want? You so often say things you do not mean. You so often make an expression and you apologize when you certainly do not mean it. And you say thank you when you do not mean it. And you stay silent when you wish you could speak. And so all the time you are faking it for other people. We would say, do yourself the same courtesy. Pretend that you are excited. Speak to others that you are creating that which you desire and see how it feels. Try it on. Try the frequency on. Try the vibration on. Try the possibility on. Try the idea, the intention on, and then tweak it. And when you see other people responding with joy, with inspiration, you will know you are masterfully playing with your own vibration. And in that, you will be masters of that which you create in your reality. You will not create everything. You will create how you show up in it. You will create how you think in it. You will create how you respond in it. This is in your domain. This is what you are seeking. And so change your habit of limitation. Change your habit of feeling stuck. Change your habit of not feeling the inspiration to go. And we would also offer to you, it's easier to change the habit if you know which habit you want to replace it with. And another aspect of this that is happening to many of you is you are evolving yourselves right out of pain motivation, and you are evolving right out of the motivation that you are most familiar with, and you are in the gap, you are in the seeking of the inspiration that would flood your body with the good feeling place of that which you desire. And sometimes you will experience this and it will not be long enough for you. And so we say, help the body, help the spirit, by utilizing the mind, by utilizing the personality, by utilizing the memory so that you are a match for inspiration. This is new on your planet. It used to be that only a very few could be inspired in ways that would change a great deal. And yet today, you are all capable of great inspiration to change your experience on this plane. And so we know that we have given you quite a lot of information. And this is why it is all made available. You will want to take it. And this is what we were teaching earlier when we speak about any ancient text, any new protocol. There are many new energetic tools. Play with them, explore them, find that which is a fit for wherever you are. And take the words that we offer you, take the words that we're co-creating together, and really apply them to yourself. What do I personally feel that this means to me? How could I apply this to what I have done, what I'm experiencing, and what I want, and what I intend, and where I am going? Take the words and make them yours. And that will be your way out of the habitual pattern that keeps you safe. And yet, you all appear that it's torturing you so. And we would remind you, it is not. And yet when you see it that way, it is an old habit of feeling tortured by limitation, which prompted the desire for all the choices and technology and advancements that you are creating now. And the biggest aspect is, don't make it wrong. How could you perceive it as right? This is what you were asking for the explanation. If you could see that being a habitual being is of great service, that if you really could change so rapidly, it would be a frightful state you would find yourself in, because many of you can go through thoughts and ideas and moods and possibilities over and over and over, all in the span of a few moments. It would be very disruptive. And so habit, even though it can feel limiting and difficult to change, it is of great service. And when you can see the benefit of that which is, it is so much easier for you to create that which you are desiring next.
So we can comment on, it's like, okay, just like choose one thing, or nothing's wrong. Like, boy, that sounds like a lot to do.
And this is the way to have your mind create the flexibility to come out of the habit of the way existence has always been. And we will purposefully slow down. And so this is the way to create the flexibility of the earth mind, the human mind, the personality aspect, so that it can dismantle habit. You cannot dismantle habit of thought, habit of expectation, habit of emotion with a mind that has not become flexible. It is a very slow process. And so if you begin to play, how flexible am I with my thoughts, with my perceptions? How flexible am I in looking at one experience, one idea, one memory, one possibility? How flexible am I at that? And we gave the example earlier of building a house. And so if you're building a house, you become quite flexible in picking appliances and picking faucets and picking windows and picking different interior and exterior design. And you end up enjoying it until you are finally fed up with it, which we always see that you think is a bad thing, and we say, no, it is a very wonderful thing. This is how creation works. Dive in, be enthusiastic, and then outgrow that creation and want to shift your attention to the next wonderful thing. And yet we see that you, as beings that are evolving rapidly now, you do not notice that you do not apply this to your thought processes. And so create a flexible mind. Ask the question, how could I see this in a different way so that I can use it to empower me forward? Who could I talk to have a different perspective? How might I tell this story differently? How may I start with where I would like to go and back my way out of that, seeing the steps? And where am I, and what is the opposite of that? And what are all the thoughts in between, and the beliefs in between, and the possibilities in between? And the more you stretch the flexibility of the mind to see, to think, to perceive, to imagine, then you will find that the creation of the habitual experience that holds your reality firm will be a tool that you use well.
Okay, so I think I'll sort all that out, and thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Blessings.
We remind you, and then we can take our break, we remind you. Yes, want, desire passionately. And yet, when you feel that you are in a hurry, when you tell the story that it's slow, it's too slow, it's so hard, and you're getting it wrong, and you can't get it right, and there's something you have to let go of, you are literally creating the habit of that. Each time you acknowledge it, speak it, you're co-creating more of that. And it is a challenge. It is a great challenge, and it is an honor and a privilege to expand out of the habit of that. The minds that you are given work for the plane that you exist in. They have served you well. It is that there is great change possible now. And yes, you are impatient. And we love that impatience because it brings you into this interaction. We love that you are on the cutting edge, that you are pushing the envelope, you're stretching your consciousness always and in so many different ways. And yet, we encourage you, change the way you think, perceive, and speak. What if you were in the knowing? What if you were in the habitual knowing, in the habitual expectation that it is fast, It is amazing what you are accomplishing. It is amazing what you are capable of. And yet, it is also in divine order so that it always honors and respects your free will. It honors and respects all incarnations. It honors and respects all life, all existence, all intelligence, and all possibility by having a certain rhythm and flow. That could be a story that you tell so that you have inner peace with however long it takes. And we would encourage you to look back and think of where you have come from and really consider where you are. And in doing that and training your mind to see through that habit of thought, you will speed up your progress in the most comfortable way.